press the button. You know that, right?
It's on now.
It's on now. Right.
Is it like the where you're going?
Yeah, the time's going.
All right. I'll ask you that again. What is hard work to you?
Hard work is the commitment to try to do something. I think that one of the things that separate the truly hard-working person is the idea of work ethic. I think work ethic becomes a situation where you have to know that there's no other thing that's going to take place of doing what you want, whether it's your job, whether it's working out, whether it's preparing for a test, whether it's preparing for a sport. The whole idea of hard work means that takes priority over what you want to do.
What do you see success as?
That's so hard. Obviously I'm a person that's been committed a career to the idea that success is whether you win or lose. That when they keep score that you're supposed to win and that measures success. But I've also done it long enough to know that you're successful sometimes even though you don't win. Meaning that in the long run of a season, I've had teams that were 5-5, that were 6-4, and they were extremely successful because they had hard work ethic, they had commitment, they had desire. Something happened that didn't match up ability-wise. Whether it was our opponent was a little bit better, and they do the same thing. They work hard, and at the end of the game, somebody wins and somebody loses. So I think success is the idea of you knowing that I've done everything that I could to make me good at what I chose to work hard at. Whether it's a businessman, whether it's a student, whether it's an athlete, the whole idea is at the end, can you look yourself in the mirror and say, I worked to do the best that I could.
What is your goal in being a football coach?
Well, my goal has been and always will be to win. I mean, my idea of sports is the idea that if they keep a score, you're supposed to win. And I want to be really successful. But I think there's more than one goal to everything. I don't think you ever have just one goal. And my complete goal is the idea that I always want my players to, number one, enjoy our sport. That if you're going to put as much time in as we do, I want them to love what we're doing and know that we're special. That we don't just come out there and play. That it's an idea of a family, developing a family. And then I think the other thing is, my other goal is that I want to teach hard work. I want to teach that in order to be successful at something hard, you've got to be uncomfortable getting there. So the idea of staying after school every day, the idea of working for an hour when everybody else is going to the beach, when everybody else is going out and making money working, that the idea you've committed to do something. Because my biggest thing is, whether it's a high school or a college player, is the idea that they have a long time in life to work. And they only have this very, very short period to perform.
What were some challenges for you when you were my age?
Oh, there were so many. There were so many, but I don't think I had as many as you did. I think that you get pulled in a lot of different ways because there's so many things that can pull you. I mean, just the idea of the social media, just the idea of your phone. Understand, the only way I ever called my girlfriend when I was your age, I had to be home and call long distance. And the first thing I did when I called long distance, my dad said, you spent $5 calling your girlfriend. We don't have $5 to waste doing that. You see her all day during school. Now you guys can't go 5 minutes without contacting somebody. So the challenges were different, but yet the same. There were always guys that wanted to go drinking, and there were always guys that wanted to go running around. There were always guys that said, I gotta work. And my challenge is that, and I was lucky, my parents were, that neither one of them had been athletic, but they loved athletics. And they knew my job was going to school and getting prepared for sports.
Were you a hard worker?
Yes. I was always always a hard worker.
At every sport?
I played 4 sports in high school. I played football, basketball, then I went to baseball, which I was starting shortstop. And whenever they had a track meet, I ran over and ran the 100-yard dash and high jumped. So I was active. Then once that was done, I started the summer getting ready for football. Back when I was your age, you only prepared for the sport that was going on. So I had 2 months to prepare for football, and everybody thought that was amazing. Now, football guys prepare, our football guys prepare for 10 months.
And they're preparing for basketball too.
And they're the same thing, basketballs, but understand, work ethic is set. So some basketball players prepare for 10 months. And it's an idea of learning that things just like music. You know, I can remember when my dad and I would say, how can you listen to that crap? And he was talking about the Beatles, he was talking about the Beach Boys, and he compared it to Frank Sinatra and all that music. Whereas now I listen to the music that you guys listen to, maybe not you, but that some of these guys listen to, and I said, I can't imagine that you actually listen to this stuff. So,
what is the key to motivating young kids?
I think the number one key to motivating young kids is you got to show them the way. I don't think you can tell them and then walk away. I think my number one motivation, the reason that we have so many guys in that weight room, the reason I had so many guys at Ocean Lakes was the idea that I was going to be in there every day. That I was going to be in there every day, that I was going to have my eyes on them every day, and that I was going to show them that it was important to me. And if it's important to me, if it's not important to me, how can I expect it to be important to a 17-year-old who's getting pulled in 1,000 different directions? So, I think you have to be genuine, and I think you've got to be enthusiastic, positively enthusiastic. You can't expect guys to play big when you tell them how small they are. Mm-hmm. So,
what advice can you give me for my senior year?
Your senior year? You don't want to ask me that on camera. I'm serious. My number one advice would be to play football. But my next advice would be you must continue to stretch your comfort zone. I've seen you grow from a guy who's hesitant in almost everything he did because he wasn't real sure of his belief in himself, to continue to expand that. Continue to understand you are the finest athlete around here. That the bottom line is, but that's not good enough for Aubrey Kitchen. You must decide that I don't want to just be the best athlete here. I want to be the best athlete in our conference. If I'm the best athlete in our conference, everything else will take care of itself. And you'll walk away at the end of your senior year being proud of what you've done, and you'll have memories that you'll carry forever. There are things that I would do anything to change about what I did in high school. I mean, I remember 47 years ago calling a play in the huddle that I shouldn't have called. I knew that I shouldn't have called it, but I wanted to get out there and I wanted to be in front of the play. And we fumbled the ball and lost to our arch rival 14-13 because of that. And I'd change that in a heartbeat if I could and just hand the ball off. So I don't wait till your senior year at graduation to tell people that you really like being around them, that they really matter to you, and don't have regrets. Don't hold back, because everybody makes mistakes.
All right, that's it.
Okay, buddy.
Thank you.